Hey, it's me. I had something in my throat. It's Matthew Reinhart here. It's the Learning Unit, Prehistoric Animals, DIY Pop. Ooh, look at that. Oh, that's so cool. Anyways, today we're going to make a really cool Pterosaur pop-up. And pterosaurs are flying reptiles. We're going to get more into that, but first, this is inspired kind of by the books that I did called Encyclopedia Prehistorica quite a few years ago. And now I figured, let's make our own book. You can make your very own Prehistorica books. And here's a way to do it. But let's learn a little bit first about pterosaurs. The word pterosaur actually comes from Greek words for wing and lizard, and that's exactly what they are. They are these winged reptiles. Now there were many types of pterosaur. Pteranodons, which is this pop-up. We're actually making a pteranodon, and they're the ones that have the crest on the back of their head. But that's just one type of pterosaur. Not all of them look like that. In fact, this one here is called Anahuanguera. Oh gosh, I always pronounce it wrong. I can't pronounce it right, but anyways, there were many different species. Wow, can you imagine looking up in the sky and seeing that thing? Pterosaurs are considered flying reptiles, and they're not actually dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are a different group of animals, but they were living at the same time as dinosaurs during the Mesozoic, like I said. All right, now that we've learned a little bit about pterosaurs, let's get to making our own pop-up pterosaur. So download the templates, you know the usual drill. Download the templates, print them out onto cardstock, any color you like. And what's the first thing we do? We got to score all of the dotted black lines. So we're going to take a paper clip, like a big old paper clip, and a ruler. And we're going to run the edge of that paper clip along all those dotted lines. Now what this does is it actually makes it easier for us to fold along those dotted lines. That's what the dotted lines stand for. The black dotted lines are always where it's folding. And when we score it, it makes it so much easier to fold all of those pop-up pieces. Once we finish with that, we then take our scissors, a nice comfy pair of scissors. Now make sure you get something that you can use and to get around all those little corners. We're going to follow along all the solid black lines. So you're going to look for all the solid black lines, cut around them, and take your time. Sometimes you have to actually move the paper when you're cutting rather than moving your scissors all around. And that way it's more comfortable and you can get into all those little nooks and crannies. All right, so we're going to pre-fold all these pieces. Now that we've scored everything, it's so much easier. So fold the base page down the middle, super easy. Here's this little piece. See a little crest on his head? That is that shows that it's a pteranodon. This specific pterosaur that we're making is a pteranodon, which means toothless wing because it didn't have any teeth inside that big old beak of it. That big old beak that it had, and it probably flew down kind of like a gigantic pelican and snapped up fish in the ocean and all kinds of stuff like that and other creatures. All right, let's fold this piece down the middle here. See where that beak is? Just fold it. And again, we're just pre-folding this because we want to make sure all these pieces fold right. Now these pieces on the sides are a little more difficult. We're going to actually fold right here. See how those fold in? See that folds in where the foot is? And see how that V fold, we're going to push it in. See how it pushes in just like that on that side? And the reason why, again, we're doing this, we just want to make sure that our paper knows which way to go when we build this pop-up into our base page. Let's do the other side. Let's pinch it and sort of push it inward like that. Look at that. Super easy. So that's the direction it's going to go. We want it to go that way because we want those wings to flap. See how that goes? Now we can get to assembling. And let's use some, just like some regular glue, like Elmer's glue or any sort of craft glue. And see these little gray shapes here? They're kind of in the shape of these tabbed feet here, that one and that one. Well, we're just going to put some glue in that area and just be real careful. You can see I use a nozzle sort of bottle so that I can control the amount of glue. Don't squeeze too much. Don't make a big old puddle or your pterosaur is never going to get off the ground. It's going to be stuck to the base page. All right, so I'm just going to fill in this gray area here. Wonderful. And we're just going to match up those tab shapes. Look at that. They're going to match exactly with what's on the base page. And they're going to align, and you're going to actually make sure it's centered. See the center of the pterosaur piece? Make sure that center fold line is lined up with the center of the base page. See, we're going to see how it folds inward like that? Now, we don't want it to fold inward like that forever. That's just to make sure that it's glued into place. Make sure it's nice and glued. Give it a second. Now make sure those back pieces underneath the wing, that is not glued in. We're going to turn it over. And then we're going to see these little tabs here. they're gonna go, we're gonna fold under just like this. All right, see how it lines up? And we're gonna make sure it lines also up with that center fold of that headpiece. Just gonna put a little glue on these tabs. This is the sort of weird part. There's no gray area to line them up exactly. There you go. And then we're gonna fold. We got glue on them, so be careful. Fold them under, and then glue that head beak into place. Make sure it's centered. So it goes just like that. It should fit just on top there. Whoops. Just on top. There we go. Look at that. Press it down. Make sure it fits right. All right, so once you've glued on those tabs for the head, you just flip it over, turn over the whole pop-up, obviously. And there's the head. It's all in place. If you want, you could again add those facts in on the page if you like, or you can write your own story. You can draw in and decorate your own background. Look at this is how the pop-up's supposed to work. See how it up and down? See how it moves? It looks almost like it's flapping its wings. Look at that. Ooh, I wouldn't want to see this thing flying overhead, would you? Can you imagine the size of a pteranodon poop? Oh my God. I probably would break the windshield of your car. Well, I hope you've enjoyed making this pterosaur pop-up. Oh, it's so cool. And the coolest part about all of this, I say cool a lot, don't I? The coolest part about all of this is that you can glue all of our Learning Unit Prehistoric Animal Pops together into your own prehistoric animal book. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so cool. So stay tuned, everyone. Hey, if you like this video, be sure to hit like and subscribe, because it tells us keep on making them. And we'll see you next time. Hope you've enjoyed. Bye-bye.